Exhale, breathe it out. Good. So take a moment and just really set an intention for the rest of your day. Not only the practice, but something that you really want to, make stronger or instill in your thoughts and your words and your actions as you move forward on this beautiful Saturday. And it could be a small, subtle change. Sometimes those build upon each other to make some massive, amazing changes over time. So one more breath here. And from this nice, comfortable seat, make sure you have an upward lift here in the navel. Take the arms up overhead. Take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, just a gentle twist, left hand over towards your right knee. Your right hand can kind of scoot behind you like a kickstand. Take a deep breath in. Zip in through the navel. On the exhale, try to open up just a little bit more. Start to turn your gaze over towards that right shoulder. Good. Let's do that one more time. Deep breath in. Open up just a little bit more. Good. And then slowly come back through center. Take the arms up overhead and then go to the other side. That right hand reaches over towards the left knee. Left hand reaches back behind you. Good. Take a deep breath on the inhale. Exhale, open up just a little bit more. Good. One more time like that. Deep breath in. Exhale to twist. Good. And then slowly come back through center. Take your arms up overhead. And this time, bow down out in front of you. Just walk your hands gently forward, just as a nice way to not only get a stretch through the hips, through the back, but also to just kind of honor your practice, honor this time here, breathing and moving together. Maybe inch the fingers just a little bit further out in front of you. And then from here, just transition to a tabletop position. Come onto your hands and knees. So spread the fingers, point the toenails down towards the floor. We'll do a few rounds of cat and cow. So drop the belly, gaze up, deep breath in. Exhale, round the back, pull the navel all the way in and up. Good. And again, drop the belly, gaze high, inhale. Exhale, round the back, belly pulls in and up. Good. Now twice more on your own. Of course, bring in any other movements that might feel right for you this morning. Taking an observation of your body, of your breath, of your overall self this morning. Good. And after that second round of breath, we'll meet just in a neutral place where the gaze is gently forward in your table. Take your right arm out in front of you and then just extend that left leg back. So you're still on the ball of that left foot. We'll just stretch out through the heel, through the toes. And from this position, just start to rock a little bit forward and back, just stretching out that left leg, that left foot. Good. And then come to stillness at the center. Now we'll lift that left leg high, really flex through that back heel. Good. Maybe reach those right thumbs up a little bit higher, really stretch long through both directions. Take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, squeeze elbow to knee in towards the center. Belly pulls in strong. Good. And again, lengthen everything long. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze in towards the center. One more time like that. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. We'll hold this one for 3, 2, and on 1, lengthen everything long. This time, reach your right hand back, grab hold of that left foot as much as you can. Try to reach those toes up towards the sky, getting a little back bend, a little stretch here. Maybe gaze over that right shoulder. And then slowly start to let it go. Let everything come long. Inhale. Exhale, hand and foot come back down towards the earth. You can shake the hips out a little bit. Another cat and cow if that feels right before we take it over to the other side. Good. And then back to your table position. Let the left arm come forward now. Extend that right leg behind you. Again, start off on the ball of the foot just so you can rock a little bit, get a stretch through that heel, through the toes. Good. And then come through center so that right leg starts to lift up, really flex through that heel. That's how we know the whole leg is engaged. Good. Deep breath on the inhale. Exhale, squeeze elbow to knee, pull in towards the center. Good. And again, lengthen everything long. Deep breath in. Exhale, squeeze elbow to knee. Good. One more time. Inhale, find some length. Exhale, squeeze elbow to knee. Hold here and breathe. Just for 3, 2, and on 1, lengthen everything long on the inhale. And then reach back, grab hold of that foot behind you. Try to reach your toes up towards the ceiling as much as you can. Start to look over that left shoulder. Good, looks good. And then slowly start to release. Let everything come long. Deep breath in. Exhale, back to tabletop position. Let's shake out the hips a little bit here. Realign yourselves. And then a cat and cow one more time together. Drop the belly, gaze up, inhale. Exhale, round the back. Really press firmly through the hands, press firmly through the toes, the tops of the feet. And now let your knees lift off the floor. So just getting a little activation through your core. Good, hold steady. Just for 3. Good, belly pulls in, 2. And on 1, we'll lift back, find that first downward facing dog. Good. Let the hips come up towards the sky. Once again, thank you all for joining me this morning. Bring any movement here in your dog that feels right. Pedal through the feet. Shift your hips around. Make sure there's no tension in the head or the neck. And pay attention to your hands. Make sure we're not leaning into the pinky blades of the hands. Try to bring the energy inward. Press a little bit more through your thumb, through your pointer finger. Good. And then find stillness in your dog as much as you can. Let your heels reach down towards the floor. And then slowly start to ripple forward. Find a high plank position. Gaze is out in front of you. Try to ripple a little bit more, even onto this tippy toes. Good. Stay and breathe for 3. Hey guys, joining in. Good. 2. And on 1, lift those hips back, downward facing dog. Good. Let's do that again. Let's ripple forward. Find that high plank position. Nice and strong in your plank. Whole body engaged, everything pulling in and up. This time, let your right leg lift off the floor. Good. So just hovering a few inches from the ground. Stay here and breathe just for 3. Good. Keep pressing the earth away. 2. And then on 1, 3-legged dog, just take that right leg up towards the ceiling. And then bend the knee, start to fan open, maybe some hip circles. Maybe some movement through the toes or the ankle again, whatever feels right for you. Good. And then take the right leg, reach it straight back towards the ceiling, really flex through the heel, and then squeeze the right knee in towards your nose. Step the foot through. Let's just find a low lunge. We'll set up for an easy twist. Let the left hand stay down. Take the right arm, reach it up towards the sky. Good. So back knee can be up or down here, really whatever you're feeling this morning. Try to look up towards that right thumb. Good. One more breath. And then let it go. Right hand comes down. Let's step back to high plank position. Good. So let's drop the knees, chest, and chin, Ashtanga Pranam. Good. Slither through baby cobra. Lift the heart, lift the belly. Inhale. Exhale, lift the hips back. Downward facing dog. Good. So catch your breath here. Coming back to this foundational posture, this downward facing. Imagine the sit bones reaching nice and high. Good. And then from here, let's ripple forward again. Find that high plank position. All the way forward to those tippy toes. Nice and strong. Let's lift the left leg a few inches from the ground. Good. Stay for 3. Good. Keep pressing the earth away. Knit the ribs in towards your back. 2. And then 3-legged dog on 1. Take that left leg high. Good. Bend the knee. Start to fan open. Whatever feels good here. Again, slowly wakening the body up. And then take the leg straight back towards the ceiling. Really flex through that back heel. Squeeze the left knee in towards your nose so you can mindfully step that left foot through your hands. Find your lunge position. Back knee up or down. Find what feels right. Right hand stays rooted. Take that left arm, reach it up towards the ceiling. Good. Try to open up through the heart. One more breath in. And then let it go. Hands come down. Frame the front foot. Step back to a high plank position. So your choice here. You can stick with knees, chest, chin, or go right to your chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, lift the hips back, downward facing dog. Good. So my apologies again for anyone coming late. I clearly have no idea what day it is. Maybe some of you guys can relate. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Good. And then from here, come all the way onto your tippy toes. Start to make your way forward towards the top of the mat. Good. Grab hold of opposite elbows. Give a little sway from side to side. And then slowly start to release your hands down towards the earth. Good. Lengthen the spine into a halfway lift. Exhale and fold, chest towards your thighs. Good. Try that one more time. Lengthen the spine, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Start to lean forward. Lift through the belly. Bring your shoulders back away from the ears. And then exhale, fold, chest towards your thighs. This time, slowly inhale as you rise all the way up to stand. Let's take the arms all the way up overhead. Interlace your fingers overhead. Try to reach your pointer fingers up towards the sky. Good. So deep breath on the inhale. Exhale, side body stretch. Just reach over towards the right as your hips press forward and towards the left. Good. So getting nice and long through that whole left side. Good. Arms don't have to be super straight, but see if they can straighten a little bit more as they squeeze closer in towards your ears. Good. One more breath. And then slowly back through center. Inhale. Over to the other side. Reach all the way over towards the left. Let that hip press forward on that right side a little bit more towards the right. So you get that full length through the right heel all the way through those top fingertips. Good. Imagine your chest rotating up towards the ceiling and not facing the ground. One more breath here. And then slowly come back through center as you inhale. Exhale, we'll just bring the hands to our heart center. And we'll just take a moment of dedication for this time that we're unified together in movement and breath. So dedicate to whoever you feel inclined to dedicate to this morning. And then release your arms long by your sides. We'll start with sun salutation A. So arms up overhead, deep breath in. Exhale as you bow down and fold forward. Lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Plant the hands, step back high to low plank. Feel free to keep that knees, chest, chin as an option. Inhale, lifts you up, upward facing dog. Exhale, lift the hips back, downward facing dog. Good. So using this time as a moving meditation. So really stay connected to your breath. Try to control your thoughts to be right here and right now, not to wander away. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And then look forward. Make your way to the top of the mat, big toes together. Halfway lift as you inhale. Exhale and fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Good. And again, arms up, deep breath. Inhale. Exhale, bow down and fold forward. Lengthen, halfway lift. Plant the hands high to low plank, chaturanga on the exhale. Inhale, upward facing, really expand through your chest. Good. Exhale, lift the hips back, downward facing dog. Nice. Keep breathing. With every breath, feel that subtle movement of the body. Maybe moving closer with those heels towards the earth, with those upper arm bones spiraling in towards your ears. Good. And then look forward. Make your way to the top of the mat, step or hop. Halfway lift on the in-breath. Exhale and fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Good. So one more of those. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, bow down and fold forward. Lengthen the spine, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Plant the hands high to low plank, chaturanga on the exhale. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Good. Starting to create some of that internal heat Lift through the navel. Try to breathe through your nose. And then look forward. Make your way to the top of the mat. Big toes touch. Lengthen the spine. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Good. And then exhale, hands to your heart center. Arms by your side. Surya Namaskar B. Big toes together. Chair pose. Drop the bottoms low. Reach the arms high. Good. Sink a little bit deeper than you naturally want to sit. Good. And then exhale, bow down and fold forward. Lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Plant the hands high to low plank, chaturanga on the exhale. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Step your right foot forward, rise up to warrior one. Take the arms up on the in-breath. And then exhale, hands come down, high to low plank, chaturanga, breathe it out. Up dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Left foot steps forward. Rise up, deep breath, inhale. Exhale, hands splash down, high to low, nice and steady, nice and controlled. Upward facing, breathe in. Down dog, breathe it out. Good. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Good. One more here. And then look forward. Step or hop to the top of the mat. Lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Chair pose, drop the bottoms low, reach the arms high, really lean back towards those heels. And then stand tall, hands to your heart center. Good, we'll do that again. Chair pose, drop the bottoms, reach up, inhale. Exhale, bow and fold forward. Lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Plant the hands high to low plank, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Right foot steps forward, really anchor through the feet, rise up, deep breath, warrior one. Exhale, hands come down, high to low plank. Use your breath, good. Up dog, breathe in. Down dog, breathe it out. Left foot steps forward, anchor the feet, rise up, deep breath on the inhale. Good, exhale, hands come down, high to low, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing. Good. Keep breathing. Deep breath in. Just as deep on the breath out. One more here. And then look forward. Make your way to the top of the mat, big toes together. Lengthen the spine as you glance forward, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Chair pose, drop the bottoms low, reach the arms high. Let's hang out in this chair position just a little bit longer. Sink a little bit deeper into the heels of the feet. And then slowly, slowly come all the way down onto your bottoms. We'll set up for a couple rounds of boat pose, high and low boats. So balance on your sit bones. Lift the legs off the ground, maybe hold on to the backs of the thighs. Sometimes that's a nice little assist, maybe when you're first starting out, but you can also rely on this at any time that you need it. Start to reach the arms forward, gaze at your toes. Let's stay for 3. Good, 2, and then hover down, low boat on 1. We'll stay here and breathe for 3. Good, 2, and let's lift back up, fire it up, high boat, good. We'll stay here for another 3. Try to squeeze your legs in towards the center. Good. 2, imagine your toes in the same line as your eyes. And on 1, hover down, low boat, still looking at those toes. Stay for 3. 2, and let's lift back up one more time. High boat, Navasana. Heart extends through the arms. Good. Stay for 3. 2. And on 1, hover down, low boat, just for 3. Good. 2. And on 1, you can rest down on your backs for a moment. Good. Let's bring those knees in towards your chest. Give yourselves a little squeeze, a little hug. Start to rock here side to side. We'll add in a little twist. So just drop your knees over towards the left. You can open up your arms, gaze towards the right. Good, and then slowly back through center, other side. Just let your knees fall over towards the right. You can gaze towards the left. Imagine your hips stacked, one on top of the other. Shoulders still rooting down towards the floor as much as you can. Nice, and then slowly come back through center. Bring those knees all the way in towards your chest. And then start to rock and roll forward and back. Do this a couple times. Eventually we'll meet in a chair position. Good, so getting a little momentum here. It's a power up chair pose. Good. Nice job. Once you're in your chair position, we'll continue to build in our practice. So bring your hands to your heart center. Deep breath in. Exhale, twist. Left elbow to the outside of that right thigh. Good. So let's keep the palms pressed for now because we're definitely going to build on this a little bit. Try to sink a little bit deeper. And then start to look down at your right big toe. Shift all the weight into your right leg. Start to lift that left heel up. So your left heel's up towards your left hip bone, perhaps. And then slowly just start to step that left leg back. Now we'll find a twisted crescent lunge. Good. So reestablish your twist as you need to. If you want, you can extend the arms open here, left hand down, right arm up. Maybe you even decide to lower that back knee and just emphasize twisting. But wherever you are, get strong on the ball of that back foot. Good. Inhale. Try to twist open a little bit more. We'll just do this one more time. Really pull the navel in. That's going to facilitate the twist. Exhale, open up just a little bit more. Hearts to the ceiling. And then slowly release. Let your hands come down towards the floor. Let's take a standing split. Let's just lift that left leg up towards the sky. Good. So hands to the floor, maybe walking back towards your ankle, maybe resting on a pillow or a block. Back leg nice and strong here. Good. You can stay just as you are. If you like to pulse the leg, let's pulse for 5. Good. 4, 3, 2, and on 1, left foot comes down to meet the right. Big toes come together. Nice job. Lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Once again, chair position, drop the bottoms low, reach those arms high. Good. Lean back towards your heels. Bring your hands to your heart center. Deep breath on the inhale. Exhale and twist. This time, right elbow to the outside of that left thigh. Good. Keep your palms pressed at your hearts. Start to turn the gaze downward towards that left big toe. Shift the weight into that left leg so that right leg slowly starts to lift and also slowly starts to step back behind you into your twisted crescent lunge. Good. So readjust yourself as you need to. Sometimes you have to tighten the twist up a little bit here. Stay or maybe extend the arms open. Good. Either position, your gaze is over that left shoulder. Inhale. Zip the navel, try to twist a little bit more. The spine loves these rotations. Good. One more time. Inhale. Stay for the exhale. Good. And then let it go. Let the hands come down. Frame your front foot. Standing split. Take that right leg up towards the ceiling. Good. So find your version of standing split. If you want to challenge your balance, walk your hands closer to the ankle. Maybe even hold on to the back of the calf. With one hand, maybe both. Good. And then back leg nice and strong. Let's pulse it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and on 1, feet come together, big toes touch. Good. Lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Chair pose, drop the bottoms low, reach the arms high. We'll just rinse this out with another sun B. Exhale, bow down and fold forward. Lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Plant the hands, Chaturanga Dandasana, high to low, or feel free to skip it and just meet us in down dog. Inhale. Exhale, lift the hips. And then right away, step that right foot forward. Rise up, Virabhadrasana 1. Deep breath in. And then exhale, hands splash down, high to low plank. Upward facing, inhale. Downward facing, exhale. Left foot steps forward, firm through the feet. Rise up, Virabhadrasana 1. Nice. And then exhale, hands come down, high to low plank. Chaturanga, breathe it out. Maybe faster, maybe slower than me. Inhale, exhale, down dog is where we'll meet. Let's take one breath here. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Good. And then again, step the right foot forward. Rise up. Deep breath. Warrior one. Arms up overhead. Good. And then this time, interlace your hands behind your back. Let's set up for humble warrior. A little lift of the heart. So there's a slight back bend to start. And on the exhale, then you bow down, right shoulder to the inside of that right knee. So really emphasize rooting through that back heel here. So much that maybe that left pinky toe is reaching deeper down towards the floor. Good. Start to lift the fist slightly off the back or as high as you can get, maybe even towards the sky. Good. Stay for 3. Good. 2. And then on 1, slowly start to inhale, rise back up, unhook the arms, reach them up overhead. And this time on the exhale, open it up to warrior 2. So adjust your stance here. Flip your front palm, float back into radiant warrior, reach, reach, reach. And on the exhale, just cartwheel your hands down. We'll meet in a high plank position. So once you find this high plank, feet come together. Side plank, left hand stays down. Take the right arm, reach it up towards the ceiling. Good. So if you're aware of the modifications, you can drop that back knee. If you want to lift that top leg, feel free. Wherever you're going, continue to press the earth away. Almost there. Maybe it means just reaching that right arm up a little bit higher. Good. And then let it go. Back to high plank position. This time, come onto your forearms. Let's take a forearm plank for a few breaths. Good. So imagine your body in one straight line, which means you have a slight tuck of the tail here and really feeling like you're knitting your ribs in towards your back. So you're pretty straight in this position. Good. Let's stay and breathe just for another 3, 2, and then let the hips sink down towards the floor on 1. Let's take a Sphinx pose, a little lift of the heart here. And on the exhale, release your chins down towards the floor. We'll set up just for a couple back bends before we move to the other side. So extend the arms long by your sides. Zip up your legs together, point your toes. Exhale all the air out. And on the inhale, just lift everything up. So lift the heart, point the toes, lift the legs. Good. So maybe you stay here. Maybe you even interlace those hands once again behind the back, press the palms together, lifts you up just a little bit more as you reach your fist down your backs. And then exhale, let it go. Everything comes down. Start to shift the hips around a little bit here if you need that release. Good. And this time, just open your arms wide like a T. So it's going to be more like, I don't know, like a superhero position, flying through the sky. Exhale all the air out. And on the inhale, now lift everything up. Try to keep the arms open like a T. Point the toes. Slightly bring those arm bones back. Good. Stay and breathe. Maybe zip the belly. Try to lift one more rib up. Point the toes to get a little bit more of those upper thighs to lift from the mat. And on the exhale, everything comes down. Good. And then crawl your hands close to those low ribs. So you're setting up almost like you're about to lift into an upward facing dog, because that's what we're going to do. So fire up through those kneecaps, and on the inhale, lift up, upward facing. So this is a back bend that we do over and over again. Try to get those thighs off the floor because you're pressing so deep into the hands and the tops of the feet. Nice. And then exhale, lift the hips back, downward facing dog. Good. Breathe that out. And then we'll move over to the left side. So step the left foot forward, rise up to warrior one. Good. Arms up overhead. Good. Once again, interlace those hands behind the back, maybe the opposite interlace, the one that feels less natural for you. Find that back bend. Inhale, little lift of the heart, lift the gaze. Exhale, humble warrior, left shoulder inside that left knee. Again, firm through both feet. If it's available for you, you can scissor that left hip back and that right thigh bone forward so you're still in this squared hip position as much as you can. Get a little shoulder stretch by reaching the fist off of the back. Good. One more breath here. And then anchor in the feet. Inhale, slowly rise up. Take those arms up overhead. And on the exhale, open it up to warrior two. Good, right away, let's set this up and flip the palm, float back, radiant warrior. And on the exhale, cartwheel those hands down. We'll meet in a high plank position, feet together, set up Vasisthasana, side plank on the other side, right hand stays down, take the left arm, reach it up to the sky. Good, so sometimes this side might feel different than the other. That's okay, make your adjustments. Maybe this is your stronger side, maybe not. Wherever you are, keep pressing the earth away from you. Good, stay and breathe for 3. Good, 2. And on 1, let it go, back to your high plank position. All the way to those tippy toes, come down onto those forearms, forearm plank. Really press your palms flat into the ground. So all that grounding through the hands, through the forearms, through the toes and the balls of the feet. Allow everything else to feel like it's lifting in and up. Good, stay for 3. Good, gaze is forward, don't drop the neck. Good, 2. And then Sphinx pose on 1. Let those hips come down towards the floor. Good, so let's hang out in Sphinx for a moment. Keep the heart lifted. And then reach back with that right hand. Grab hold of your right foot and just start to squeeze that right heel into the outside of that right hip. Good, so try to keep the leg in close as much as you can so you're not kind of tweaking the knee open to the side. Good. Really firm through that left forearm, maybe so firm you press into that left hand and your left elbow lifts off the ground. So this is just an option. Good. One more breath here. And then slowly release. We'll come back to that Sphinx position, a little lift of the heart on the inhale. And on the exhale, reach that left hand back, grab hold of that left foot, squeeze that left heel in towards the left hip. Good. So getting a nice stretch through perhaps the front of that thigh. Stay here. Maybe you press so deep into the hand, your right elbow starts to lift off the ground. So again, these are just options. Most importantly, we kind of squeeze that heel in. Good. And then slowly, slowly start to release. You can come all the way down onto your chins. Arms come long by your side. So we'll do a little bit more back bending here. Maybe this time you reach back for a bow pose where you grab hold of those feet. Arms nice and straight. If you're not taking bow, we'll take a straight arm and legs back bend just like we did on the last set. So wherever you are, try to pull the legs in towards the center. Exhale first, and on the inhale, lift up. Good, lift the heart. Lift those thighs. Try to reach those toes up towards the ceiling. Again, think of your upper thighs getting off the mat. Maybe rock a little bit here. Looks good. And then just let it go. Everything comes down towards the floor. Shift the hips a little bit here, side to side. And we'll do that one more time. So find your variation of the back bend. If you just need some rest, you can stay laying down. Otherwise, reach back, grab hold of the feet, squeeze those legs together. Good. So if you normally point your toes, maybe this time reach for your ankles and flex your feet to the sky, just a slightly different variation. Wherever you are, exhale. And on the inhale, start to lift up. Good. Wherever you are, think of lifting the navel. Think of squeezing your legs to the center. The fundamentals are the same here. And lift up as high as you can. Nice. One more breath. Imagine only your pubic bones on the floor. And on the exhale, everything else comes down. Good. Shift the hips around. Let's meet back in child's pose for a moment. So I'll give you all an opportunity for an inversion here, like a headstand or a forearm stand or something else that you're working on. You can also take rabbit's pose by simply zipping up through the knees. Reach back, grab hold of the heels of the feet, so really gripping through the feet a lot today. And then start to scoot the forehead in towards the knees and then lift those hips up towards the sky. Good. So essentially just getting some sensation on the crown of the head. Child's pose is the counter position to a headstand, so take a moment to readjust. And then eventually we'll meet back in downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Just as deep on the breath out. Feeling that firm foundation from the ground all the way up. And then start to look forward. Make your way to the top of the mat, big toes together. Halfway lift as you inhale. Exhale and fold. Inhale, slowly rise all the way up to stand. Reach the arms up overhead. And then we'll move to dancer's pose. So keep your left arm high, but reach that right hand back. Grab hold of that right foot once again. Start to squeeze those knees in towards the center. So really feeling strong through the left leg. And then set it up. So figure out where you're going to set your gaze. You want to look at something that's not going to move. And then as much as you can, start to reach those right toes up towards the sky. Good. And then maybe start to pivot the torso a little bit more forward. So you're really reaching in these opposite directions. But imagine this opposite reach from the foot through that front hand being really even, right? It's like a 50-50 movement from the front and the back. Good. If you fall out, just try it again. Try to tack that right hip down so the inner thighs are pulling towards the center just for another 3. Good. 2. And on 1, let it go. Rotate the arms. We'll take that right arm up towards the sky. Reach back with the left hand. Grab hold of that left foot. Start off with your knees together. Set your gaze. And then take your time. Slowly, slowly think of reaching those left toes all the way up towards the ceiling. And then you start to reach forward a little bit more. Gaze is beyond that front hand. Good. Keep pressing your foot into your hand into your foot of that back leg. Looks nice, just for 3. 2. And on 1, we'll do it one more time each side. Rotate the hands. This time that left arm comes up. Reach back again. Maybe this time feels even stronger. Reach back for that right foot. Firm through that left leg. Set your gaze. And then find your dancer's pose. Reach that right leg high to the sky. Good. If you fall out, that's just another opportunity to try it again. Good. Stay and breathe for 3. Good. 2. And on 1. Good. Windmill the arms. Right arm comes up. Nice job, guys. Left hand reaches back. Grab hold of the foot. Squeeze those knees in towards the center. Once you feel ready, take your position. Reach those left toes high to the ceiling. And then slowly start to pivot forward. Good. Keep reaching, reaching, reaching in both directions. Nice. Just for 3. 2. And on 1, let it go. Walk it out a little bit. Shift your hips around. Sometimes a little loose forward bend feels good after those back bends. So whatever you need. And then we'll meet in a standing position. Bring the shoulders up towards your ears. Relax the shoulders down and back. Good. And then arms up overhead. Deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. Bow down and fold forward. Lengthen the spine. Halfway lift. Plant the hands high to low plank. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale. Upward facing dog. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Good. So let's take the right leg. Reach it up towards the ceiling. Squeeze the right knee in towards your nose. Gently step the foot through. Rise up, warrior 1. Deep breath on the inhale. And on the exhale, let's open right up to warrior 2. Good. So we've been here before. This time we'll hang out a little bit. Make sure those front toes are forward. Flip the front palm. Float back. Radiant warrior as you inhale. Exhale, side angle. Right arm down to the thigh. Left arm reaches up and overhead. Good. One more time like that. Float back, reach back. Keep that strong bend through the front thigh. Exhale, side angle, right arm down, left arm reaches up and over. Good. So play around here. Maybe playing means just staying still. You can also take a half or full bind or a bird of paradise this morning. Good. So wherever you're going, just stay breathing, stay present, take your time. There's never any rush. Wherever you are, keep breathing. Just for another 3. Looks good. 2. And on 1, we'll meet back in warrior 2. Good. Once again, flip the front palm, float back, radiant warrior. This time, straighten that right leg, reach back even more. Again, getting nice and long through that whole right side. And then slowly come through center. Let's set up for half moon pose. So maybe left hand comes to the hip in the transition. Lean forward. Take that right hand down in front of the right foot. The left leg starts to lift. Good. Really flex those left toes in towards you. If you feel stable here, take that left arm, reach it up towards the sky. You can also reach that left hand back for Chapasana, candy cane pose, especially with lots of back bending already. This might feel good. Take those toes, reach them way back behind you versus up into the air. Good. So it's almost like a half bow position. Good. One more breath. And then release any of those variations. We'll step back to warrior 2. Good. Gaze over that right middle finger. And then straighten the front leg. Let's find a wide-legged forward fold. So pivot your toes in towards the center, hands to your hips. A little lift of the heart here as you inhale. And on the exhale, bow down and fold forward. Let your head drip down towards the floor. Once you get there, you can take your hands to the mat as well. Good. And then walk your hands out in front of you. Find a halfway lift position. And we'll take just a gentle twist here. Leave your left hand down onto the floor. Take that right arm, reach it up and open. Try to gaze up over that right shoulder. You can stay here. You can also take a half bind where you reach that right arm behind your back, trying to find that left hip crease. All the while, try to gaze up over that right shoulder. Good. One more breath. And then release any variations. Take that right hand down towards the floor. We'll take it over towards the other side. Take the left arm, reach it up towards the sky. Good. Try to keep your hips stable and isolate the twist through the torso. Maybe stay, otherwise reach that left arm behind the back towards the right hip crease. Good. Gaze over that left shoulder as much as you can. Try to lean more towards the balls of the feet. And then release any of those variations. Let the hands come down towards the floor. Now we'll walk the hands back closer so that your fingers and your toes are more even with each other. And just take a few breaths, just being inverted in this fold here. Good. Belly pulls in and up. Legs are strong. Nice. One more breath. And then slowly, slowly start to crawl those hands once again out in front of you. Bring your hands to your hips. And then slowly on the inhale, start to rise all the way up to stand. Good. Take your time. Good. And we'll do one more wide-legged forward fold here. This time, open your arms like a T. We'll swan dive down. Let the heart reach all the way forward. Grab hold of something onto those legs, maybe your toes, maybe your ankles or your calves. And then look forward as you inhale. Exhale, fold. Bring your chest towards the inner part of your thighs, right? So you're pulling your chest in between the legs. Maybe a little bend through the elbows here. Again, legs are strong. Belly pulls in. One more breath. And then slowly release your hands down towards the floor. Crawl them out in front of you. And now we'll crawl to the top of the mat. So find a lunge position here. Good. And then once you're in your lunge position, let your back knee come down. Good. Take the arms up overhead. Deep breath in. And on the exhale, just splash those hands down, frame the front foot, shift your hips back, take a half split. So just straighten the right leg, flex those right toes up towards the ceiling. Of course, if you have a deeper split, feel free to go there this morning. Otherwise, just kind of hang out where you are. If you need another opportunity to lengthen, look forward towards your toes. And on the exhale, sink a little bit deeper, chin towards your shins. Good. One more breath. And then wherever you are, we'll meet back in downward facing dog. So maybe it feels good to bend again into a lunge, go through a vinyasa, or maybe you just kind of sweep that right leg up towards the ceiling. Good. So breathe that out, fan open, whatever feels good. And we'll set up for the other side. So take your left leg, reach it up towards the sky. Squeeze the left knee in towards your nose. Step the foot through. Let's rise up to warrior one. Arms up overhead as you inhale. And on the exhale, let's open it up to warrior two. Good. So adjust your stance. Gaze over that left middle finger. Flip the front palm. Float back, radiant warrior. Deep breath in. And on the exhale, side angle, left arm down, right arm reaches up and overhead. Good. One more time, float back, radiant warrior, reach, reach, reach. And on the exhale, side angle, left arm down, right arm reaches up and over. So this is the one that will stay. So maybe you stay just as you are. Maybe you take some of those options, half or full binds. Good, bird of paradise. Maybe just being in your extended side angle or resting on your front thigh feels like enough. Looks good. Just for 3, 2, and on 1, we'll release those variations. Let's meet back in warrior 2. Good. Flip the front palm, float back, radiant warrior. This time we'll straighten that front leg, reach back even more. And then slowly come through center, set up half moon, Natarajasana, right hand to the hip, lean forward, gaze forward out in front of that left foot so that left hand comes down. Eventually that right leg starts to lift. So we're still kind of building off of a warrior 2 position, meaning our hips are still nice and open to the side of the room. Maybe take that right arm high, maybe find that chapasana where you reach back and grab hold of that foot, creating that half bow-like position. Nice. One more breath here. Good. And then slowly start to release back to your warrior 2. So feel the ground. Good. Straighten through the front leg. This time we'll start off with a goddess position. So pivot your toes to the opposite direction. So you're kind of having your feet open to opposite sides of your mat. Open your arms like a T, take an inhale. And on the exhale now, bend the knees, bend the elbows, sink nice and low. We'll do this a couple more times. Straighten the arms and legs like a starfish. And on the exhale, sink back down, bend the knees, bend the elbows. Good. One more time, straighten the arms and legs. Inhale. Exhale, sink nice and low. This one will hang out in a little bit. Good. So maybe sink a little bit deeper. So this is a hip opening position. Imagine your sit bones still reaching towards the floor, not poking out behind you. Pull the belly in. Try to squeeze those arm bones back just a little bit more. Good. Maybe drop 1 more inch. And then let it go. Let the arms and legs come straight. Now we'll pivot the toes in towards the center. Interlace the hands behind the backs 1 more time. A little lift of the heart here as you inhale. And on the exhale, bow down and fold forward. Wide-legged fold. Try to get those fists to lift up off the back. Good. Lean forward. Squeeze the palms. If you feel any instability, just bring your hands down towards the earth. One more breath. Maybe lean more into the toes. And then let it go. Release your hands down towards the floor. Walk the hands out in front of you. And then crawl your hands to the top of the mat. Find a lunge position. You can let your back knee come down towards the floor. Take the arms up overhead, a little back bend here. And on the exhale, hands come down, shift back, find that half split. So you're going to straighten through those left toes. Look forward as you inhale. Exhale, sink a little bit deeper. So again, if you have a deeper variation of a split and you want to scoot that left leg further out in front of you, go right ahead. If you have blocks, you can put them underneath your hands. So find what works. Keeping those left toes flexed back as much as possible, getting that full stretch to the back of the leg. Nice. One more breath here. And then slowly start to release again. Maybe bend back into that front leg so you can set up for a high plank. Maybe go through the vinyasa. Maybe if you're in a fuller split, you just kind of swoop that left leg up towards the ceiling into a three-legged dog. But essentially, down dog is where we'll meet. Give yourself any options for movements that might feel good as a counter position. Good. And then from downward facing dog, just look forward, come to a seated position. And then from here, set up Janu Shirshasana. So that left leg will come long, tuck your right foot to that highest point of the thigh. Flex those left toes back towards your face. Take your arms up overhead as you inhale. Exhale, bow down and fold forward. Good. Take a look at the toes, take an inhale. Exhale, sink a little bit deeper. Good. Nice. And on your next inhale, slowly rise back up. We'll take a gate position. So walk the right hand behind you. Lift the hips up towards the ceiling. Let that left arm reach all the way back over your head. And then let it go. Everything comes down. And then from here, before we go to the other side, let's find Baddha Konasana. Just bring both of your feet in towards the center. Try to pull your heels in close towards your midline as much as you can. Sit up nice and tall. Take an inhale. Exhale, start to bow forward. Good. See if your elbows can press your thighs down just a little bit more, closer down towards the earth. Good. So there's no rush, but just imagine that with every breath, you're just getting a little bit deeper. Imagine your forehead coming out in front of your feet. One more breath here. And on the inhale, slowly start to rise back up. We'll take Janu on the other side. So now the right leg straightens, that left foot stays tucked in. Feel your sit bones on the ground. Take the arms up overhead as you inhale. Exhale, bow down and fold forward. Good. Take a look at the toes. Inhale. Exhale, sink a little bit deeper. Good. And on the next inhale, slowly start to rise up. We'll take gate position on this side. Left hand comes behind you. Lift those hips up. Reach the arms up overhead. And on the exhale, everything comes down. Let's extend both legs out in front of you. Start to rock a little bit here, side to side. And extend the arms forward. And then slowly just start to recline all the way down onto your backs. Good. And then once you're there, bring your knees in towards your chest. But let's take a figure four for a few breaths. So bring your right ankle above the left thigh. And then pull the legs in close. So maybe you hold on to the back of the left leg. You can clasp your palms together. Pull the legs in a little bit closer towards you. That intensifies the sensation in this outer right hip. Try to flex through both of your feet. Good. One more breath here. And then from here, we'll just take this into another reclined twist. So just keep that right leg on top of the left. You can tighten up the grip a little bit. Let your knees fall to the left. Open the gaze up towards the right. So you can readjust your legs however you wish here. And then slowly come back through center. We'll take the figure 4 on the other side. So unhook the legs, this time left leg on top of the right. Good. Again, pull the legs in close. So maybe this time you're holding onto the back of that right thigh. And again, the more you pull your legs in, the more intense it becomes. Try to flex through those ankles. Trying to get a deep stretch to that outer left hip here. One more breath. And then set up your twist. Let the knees fall over towards the right. You can gaze to the left. And then slowly we'll meet back through center. If there's any final movements that you need to feel complete in your practice today, go right ahead. Otherwise, just set up for your Shavasana, your final resting pose with the legs long, the palms up towards the ceiling. You can let the feet flop open to the side. And just take a few moments to be still before we move on to the rest of our day. So just let the body be by itself. So slowly start to come back. Little movements through the body. We'll do a cleansing breath together. So take a deep breath in through your nose. And as you exhale, just give a nice deep sigh out. And then bring your hands to your heart center. We'll end with Om, so feel free to join me or simply listen. Take a deep breath in. Om. And then both hands to the middle of your